I've just been given 10 minutes notice that the Erez Crossing into the Gaza Strip will be open for an hour this evening, so that journalists who've been trapped in Gaza for the last few days can get out. I'm going the opposite way with another group, trying to get in. But once we're on the Palestinian side of the border, we realise that the Israeli army has gone ahead of us.
Dangerous now.
We're now crossing the front line of a battlefield. As firing erupts around us, we take cover in the vehicles.
Good stuff.
Back on the road to Gaza City, Israeli gunfire goes over our cars and tracers cross the road ahead of us. Once we're in Gaza, we find that a Palestinian policeman was killed by Israeli shelling earlier this evening. His body's in the hospital and the family has come in to see him. 2 other people were killed and 7 wounded in the same attack. As with almost everyone else killed in the fighting, the policeman's funeral becomes a political demonstration. Money is so tight here that as the guns fire into the air, young boys scrabble for the shell casings to sell as scrap metal. Over 2 weeks ago, when the Palestinians captured Israeli Corporal Gilad Shalit, the Israeli Air Force immediately bombed Gaza's main power station. It's still smouldering.
في الليل تقريبا الساعة 2 اجى اللي هو الطيران اللي اباتشي هليكوبتر واللي ب 16 فوقفت تقريبا في نص انصراط وطبت تقصف اول شيء قصفت اللي هو المولد اللي هنا اول واحد.
The same night, the main bridge between North and South Gaza was also bombed, effectively dividing the territory. Thursday morning, we drive up to the town of Beit Hanun to look for the Israeli positions. My interpreter, Raed, points out the ruined orchards.
Coming from this side to commission the Beit Hanun and come to measure the trees, the orange trees, you see it? Yeah. Is all the orange trees this damage new yesterday and before yesterday?
What did they came over with? What, with tanks or?
With the tanks and bulldozer.
Yeah, and bulldozers, no bulldozer trees.
Yeah, bulldozer and tanks. With the bulldozer damaged the orange trees over there.
So this was all orange trees. Huh?
Yeah.
The Israeli army has already moved on, so we head northeast. In Bitler, we almost drive straight into this Israeli tank. It's blocking the path of 2 Palestinian ambulances waiting to pick up casualties. As I'm filming, the turret swings around to face us.
Holy fuck.
Without warning, the tank then opens fire.
جراف البطوخ هاي الولاد بطابش الولاد ارز
ضم بطاقة
I just walked back up the road towards the tank, and there was a bunch of Palestinian kids with me, and as we walked up they started shooting at us. We tried to get a bit closer to get some better pictures, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere near. They're actually firing at us. And you can hear it in the background now.
The next day, the fighting in Beit Lahia is house to house. Masked men with Kalashnikovs and rocket-propelled grenade launchers take up position. And young men reel out wires, ready to be attached to explosive devices.
No, there is one of the most modern armies in the world. This is the Israeli army in front of Palestinians armed with, Kalashnikov, or there is no way of making comparison. This is why the Palestinians, they are trying to defend. But anyhow, this is not the way for solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Hamdi Hur, a Palestinian cameraman working for Turkish TV, has been hit in the chest and the arm by Israeli gunfire in Bitler. I was standing about 5 metres away from him in a group of journalists. This is the flak jacket that he was wearing.
This is a snipering action. It's not normal bullets, okay? And it's not the first time. They would like to have a media blackout, okay, to commit whatever they would like. It's okay. But this is
You think they're trying to make a media blackout?
Yes, of course. This is what they would like, because they know it's this kind of war. It's something like between civilian, and they would like to hide the civilian casualties. This is exactly their intention.
A few hundred metres offshore, an Israeli gunboat patrols. Every so often it fires warning shots at the Palestinian fishing boats, keeping them in the harbour.
There is only two cells.
Qasim Zanin and his family live in Beit Hanun in northern Gaza. His orange grove has been damaged each year for the last 3 years as the tanks rolled through.
That's orange.
Yeah.
As we talk, shells are falling in the fields around us.
And that shelling is that's from Kibbutz Nahum Oz, is it?
No, they come from Erez.
From Erez, they're shelling, yeah?
And the other come from Abu Safiya entrance there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Third from the gate of Beit Hanun.
Why are they shooting? What are they shooting at? Why are the Israelis shelling? What are they trying to hit?
It was a habit for Israeli. If there is some thing happen, they come to Beit Hanun. If some, which they call the rocket, if something go there to Gassam, they come to destroy all the area.
We hope our trees and orange still. We hope that, but we don't know. Because Israel, may in 5 minutes they will reach here. From Abu Safiya, from Erez, they reach here in 5 minutes.
You know what the lie of democracy in the West? There is no democracy. Hamas come to government by election. Very, very good election and very democratic election. When they come, they exchange the base and make sanction against the Palestinian people, not Hamas. Hamas is a very a small party, one party of Palestinian parties, but they punish all the Palestinian people. Why you have elect the majority of Hamas in your national council? This is the main problem.
The last remaining bridge up to Beit Hanun was hit last night by an Israeli airstrike. The whole area is now without reliable power, food is running low, aid is blocked, and the United Nations are warning of a looming humanitarian crisis. Petrol stations in Gaza have also been closed for the last 5 days, and the pipeline carrying fuel in from Israel has been shut down. Raed, who's been driving and interpreting for me, has almost run out of diesel.
How much is left in the car now?
I have in the car just for maybe for 1 day.
Overnight, Israeli tanks entered at Kani, the main commercial crossing into Gaza.
Since Israeli invasion, the last invasion to north of Gaza Strip and to the east of Gaza City, the number of martyrs reached to Shifa Hospital till now are 39, 20 has reached to Shifa Hospital and others to other district hospitals. Number of injuries reach about 120 till now. 20% of them are children's. About 80 of them are in Shifa Hospital.
How old is he?
Shifa is now completely full of occupied by injuries, and we are now diverting the medical department to a surgical one, and we are sending our patients outside the hospital also here or there. A lot of casualties, and we don't know what will we do if this number has increased.
By Saturday afternoon, the Israelis have pulled out, and with the UN convoy, I go to inspect the damage in northern Gaza. Many of the roads and buildings have been damaged by tanks and have been riddled with gunfire, but it's the damage to the people that will endure.
50 سنة الله وكيل وأنا بربي فيه زي ما ربيتش ولادي قده هيك يسووه هيك الله ينعل أكبر خخام في اليهود.
When did it happen?
الله ينعل الخخام اللي رضيهم مرة امبارح.
Yesterday. What happened? Can you tell me?
ايش صار بالضبط؟
جرفوا الأرض كلها خوخ ومشمش وتين.
His land, cribs, and you know some trees. His business, his job.
لا بنضرب قسمات ولا عمرنا نزلنا الجيش ولا عمرنا عملنا أي حاجة في الدنيا.
I think here who's not struck anything, just civilian body. Why destroys his field?
يعملوا فينا هيك حرام عليهم. أنا الولد لما بلد من بطن أمه هلقت ببوسه وبقول له عملت لك حزام ناسف عشان في بني صهيون ينضرب. الكلاب. ولاد الكلب. والله غير ابوسه من هان ومن هان واقول له على اسرائيل روح دغري بس يكبر وانا كمان بدي حزام والله بدي بدور عمين يحزمني.
Just when I thought that some sort of calm had descended on Gaza, there came news of another Israeli attack. 6-year-old Rawan Hajjaj, her mother Amina and brother Mohammed were killed when their house was hit from the air on Saturday night. 4 other brothers are in hospital. The Israeli military confirmed that they launched an airstrike in the area at the time. According to Namir Haddad, atrocities like this will only force Palestinians further into the arms of the Hamas government.
Every time there was no signs about improving the Palestinian economical situation, the possibility of peace, it's desperation. Desperation leads directly to people accepting the ideology of Hamas.